This video covers inserting graphic objects into a Word document. The three most common graphic objects are pictures, shapes, and graphical text known as word art. I will start by showing you how to insert a graphic from your computer. I'm going to place my insertion point at the top. I'm going to go to the Insert tab. In the Illustrations group, I click on Pictures. And this is just the Insert Picture dialog box, and so you would navigate to wherever your picture is. I happen to be in the Documents folder. I use this picture called Groom, and I hit Insert. Because the graphic's so large, it went on a separate sheet of paper. Not a problem. Let me show you how to size your graphic. So we don't distort our graphic. We want to always grab one of the corner sizing handles. I click and I just drag it in towards the center until I get it to the size that I want. And as I size it, we're back to one page. I want it larger. Again, you don't want to grab one of the corner sizing handles because, as you see, it distorts the graphic. Once the graphic's inserted, there's a new tab on your ribbon. It's called Picture Format. It's contextual, which means that is there because you have an object selected in your Word document. If I click off of the object, it's no longer there. I click back on and it appears. Every graphic has the sizing handles. It also has a free rotate handle so we can rotate our graphic. When we insert a graphic into our document, it's known as an inline graphic, which means it's in line to whatever paragraph we inserted it by. So if I try to move this, it's really sort of clunky. I click and I drag, I see a vertical line. If I put it right here between the word graphics, I let go, it's actually breaking that word apart because it is on the same layer as the text. I'm going to go ahead and click Undo. So normally, when we want to move it around, we're going to change our text wrapping options. Again, if I go up to the Picture Tools Format, I see Wrap Text right here. I also see the same symbol here. So I'll click here. In line with text, we have 6 other wrapping choices. I'm going to choose in front of text. When I choose in front of text, you can see how freely it moves. Now, obviously, we don't use it to put on top of text, but I could take it up above without affecting the text at all. So when I want to get my graphic close to my text, I'm going to choose in front of text. When I work on a flyer, if I start with a graphic and I have no text on my document, in order to move my graphic, I need to make sure I'm choosing one of these 6. So let's click on Square now. Square, you can see the text just moves around. Nice and easy around our graphic. So, wrapping choices. Also in our Picture Format tool, show you a few other things. We have corrections. If you want to brighten, change the contrast, you can come and use your sharpen, soften, brightness, or contrast. We have color next. If you want to change the color because you're matching something in your document, if you actually needed to print this, you're sending it to a printer, the more colors you have, the more expensive, so you may choose to go ahead and choose a one color. Go ahead and enlarge this just for a minute. Under color 2, we have what's called the washout. And so if I was going to put that behind text, I may choose a lighter washout so I could still read my text. We have artistic effects next. So if I click on artistic effects, these are like filters that you use. So paint strokes, you might do a film grain. This is pastel smooth. Again, you can play with those and get different effects. Take back to the original picture. The next group, picture styles. This is a gallery of styles. They do have names, but if you mouse over them, you can see your picture change. The More button, you have other choices. Also in the picture styles group, we have picture borders. So if I wanted to add a border or a color to my border, I can change the weight or the thickness of my border. Picture effects. Pretty much the same effects that we can do with text. So we can add a shadow, we can add a reflection, we can add a glow effect, we can have a bevel. Soft edges I miss, but I like this one a whole lot. You can just see it softens around the edges. There's a nice little effect to that. We have rotate here. We also have a free rotate handle, so you can either use the rotate command or the free rotate. And I also want to talk about cropping a graphic. Cropping a graphic means cutting a portion of your graphic away. And so I've decided that I just want the face of the puppy. And so I'm going to click on the top portion of crop. Place your mouse pointer on any of the cropping handles, and you click and you drag it, and it's moving or cutting away that portion of your graphic. This is not Photoshop, so you can't go around things, just straight edges, but it may be enough just to get the look that you're wishing to have. When you're done cropping, you click off of the graphic, new set of sizing handles, and you can go ahead and size that up or down any way you want. Also with crop, we go back up, and this time we hit the drop-down arrow. We're able to crop to a shape. And so I'm going to just pick the teardrop, again, just to get a different look. Okay, let's say that you need to search for a picture that you don't have anything saved. We can do that from within Word as well. Again, we start off by going up to the Insert tab, Illustrations group. This time we click on Online Pictures. This can open up Bing Search for us. And when it's loaded, we have the choice to pick a category or to type a keyword. I'm going to just type pups. And I hit Enter. Again, it's going to take a minute to load. It's now loaded, and I can make a choice. I click on it, and I choose Insert. Again, don't really pay attention to the size, because I know I can size it down, just like I did with the first graphic. When we're using online graphics, we do need to realize that there's a license to these. And so this is the Creative Commons license, which means for educational purposes we can use these day in and day out. You want to read the license agreement, Creative Commons, if you're going to use it for a profit, for a business. For us, we're good. So I do not want to keep this here, so I click on it. It's actually a little text box. I then click on the border of the text box so the line becomes solid, and on my keyboard I can simply hit delete. So now again, everything works the same. I want to size it. I want to change the wrapping style. I can easily move it around. We're good to go. Okay, next, let's talk about word art, graphical text. And so at my title, I can go ahead, instead of just typing a title, I'm going to choose to use some word art. Again, we start off the same. We go to the Insert tab. We move over to the Text group. In the Text group, you're going to see word art. You pick one that you may like. It says your text here. I'm going to move it up so we can see it. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to type a title to the document. Notice the free rotate handle, the sizing handles, and the wrap text. So everything we can do with the graphic, we can have the text wrap around us at excuse me, if we put it in our document. So you can see how that can work. When you're working with WordArt, don't limit yourself to the font choice. You can experiment with different fonts to get a different look. You can also, even though it's large, make it larger. As with our regular text, our graphics, we can also format this. So when the WordArt is selected, the contextual tab is called Shape Format. We click on that. We have different shape styles now. When we're talking about WordArt, if we are going to the shape styles, let me just show you fill, it's going to fill the background, so the rectangular shape. If I want to affect the WordArt itself, I have a group for that, WordArt styles. We have the quick tool, and so if we decided we wanted it to look a different way, choose a different WordArt, we can easily do that. We can change the text fill, so the color of our WordArt. We can change the outline. We can go to text effects. When we go to text effects, just like our other text, just like our graphics, we have the shadow, the reflection, works the same. So specific to WordArt is transform. And so I can arch my text. If I had enough text, I can put it in a circle. I could choose a chevron down. There's quite a number to choose from. And that's WordArt. Okay, the last graphical object we're going to work with today are shapes. So you guessed it, Insert tab, Illustrations group, and we drop down on shapes. We have different categories. I'm going to go ahead and just pick the sun. We get a crosshair, and we can click and we can drag our shape to any size and dimension. I specifically selected the sun this time because some of our shapes have what's called an adjustment handle. I wanted to share that with you. I click on the adjustment handle and I can change by dragging it to interact the dimensions or the look of our shape. When I want to delete my shape, I'm going to go ahead and hit delete. So again, insert, shapes. This time I'm going to pick the cube, click on it, drag it out. Just like our other elements, we have the layout options. So again, if I want to put it square, it can just be incorporated right into our document. The other thing about shapes is we can actually type right in them. You don't see an insertion point, so it may seem like you can't type text, but I just start typing. I can select my text, move back to the Home tab. I can change the size of my text. I can change the color of my text. Anything that we can do with text, you can go ahead and change. Free rotate handle, same as the other elements. And then again, with our shape selected, we can go to the shape format and our shape style. So we drop down in my preview, change the color of our shape. Actually, I can add a picture, so I want to do one more and show you how that works. Let's go to Insert, Shape one more time. Draw a teardrop. Shape Fill. I want to place a picture in there. For time-wise, I'll just go back to File. I'm going to pick my green picture. Insert. Wrap text. You get the idea. So shapes can be a lot of fun. Within shapes, we have different lines. I'll just pick a curved line. It's not going to look nice, but let me show you how that works. I'm going to click on it to start the line. And then when I want to curve, I just click and I turn with my mouse. A nice solid line would have been much nicer, but you get the idea. When I'm done with my line, double click, it ends it. We can format our lines just the same as we would format a border. My shape, my weight. If I want to get rid of it, I can hit delete. I'm going to do a solid line. If I want a straight solid line, when I drag, I'm going to hold down my shift key. That's going to keep it nice and straight for me. Really easy to do that. And again, shape format. Change the weight. Okay, that's a little bit about inserting pictures, word art, and shapes into a document.